almost induced an edge.
I think they're keeping Upul Taranga interested, looking to make him stay down to third man, looking to find the outside edge. That is very good bowling, going across the left-hander, just pitching outside the off stump, getting it to slide across the bat. But what Bangladesh need at the moment is a wicket here. They can't afford this partnership to kick on. That's what Upul Taranga seem to be aiming at. But again, Shamim, it's all about winning phases. Sri Lanka needs to win this phase. They have to a point with this partnership, but they can't afford to throw it away at this stage. They need to build on this. This is over number 24. This pair will have to bat longer. Just let the middle order express themselves maybe in the last 15 overs.
Well, you're talking about Shakib Al Hasan coming into bowl. You can see he's warming up. So he will possibly be bowling the next over. And once again, standing his ground. This time Dickwella just having a little nibble at that one. Very fortunate not to get a touch.
Well, they'll have to bowl Shakib at some stage. Can't be holding him back for too long. He's your best bowler, most experienced. Once again, just looking to run it down to third man. Bit too close, I think, to his body.
Yeah, one more thing I noticed, there was some suggestions of turn early on. So even Shakib, who is not the biggest turner of the ball, he would be encouraged. Oh, that's up in the air. It's going to fall safely into the hands of the fielder there. He deserved that. Mohammad Saifuddin was on the verge of getting a couple of edges, and this time just the ball rearing up and getting the shoulder and straight to the fielder at point.
Well, just what Bangladesh wanted if they were going to bring on Shakib. With the new batsman in, he'll enjoy it better. But yes, Saifuddin has got a big wicket. The wicket of Niroshan Dickwella, looking to close the face of the bat. Out for 40.
ভাইয়া 99 টাকার ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে দিন
আপা আর 5 টাকা দিলেই কিন্তু
খালা 5 টিয়ার লাগা জানি সুটটা না যায় আপু only 5 হাই লিসা 5
পাঁচের আছে তো এইদিকে
শুধুই
5 কি সারা দেশ জানে তুই জানিস না
বাংলা লিংক দিচ্ছে জাস্ট 5 টাকায় 1 জিবি ইন্টারনেট 99 টাকা বা তার বেশি মূল্যের ইন্টারনেট প্যাক কিনে 5 টাকা রিচার্জ করলে পাবেন 1 জিবি ইন্টারনেট বাংলা লিংক
With the new batsman coming in, it's the skipper Dinesh Chandimal, right-hander in the middle. There you go, 139th match for him. Lots of runs in his career, 3388 and a best of 111. That's very interesting. And Roshan, well, BTV taking the pictures all around. The production here. The crowd has suddenly got very energized, haven't they, with that fall over the wicket.
I saw the GTV placard. Where is the placard that says Shamim Chowdhury is the best? We saw it during the BPL.
Let's talk about something else, please. 113 for 3. This is getting quite interesting. Tucked away nicely, comfortably away for him to open his account.
Have to be annoyed or losing your temper because I asked you a question. It's 114 for 3.
গাজীটার নিরাপদ হোক পথ চলা টি টাইম চায়ের সাথে সেরাটা
Couple of batters for Sri Lanka have got the starts. Dickwella was looking good, despite the fact he was He took a knock early on, 28 from Mendes, but have lost the wicket at the wrong time. And have a look at that wicket. A bit of a surprise from Mohammad Saifuddin. Niroshan Dikwala just from the back of a length, I think, reared up on him. Well, it's not that high. Got the edge. It was just a Rashagulla catch for Shabir Rahman at point. Easiest of catches and gobbled up.
I'll be very interested to see whether it was an off-cutter or the normal seam-up delivery. Well, it didn't arrive, it deviated, and I wonder whether it actually arrived. That's why it took the leading edge. He closed the face of the bat. I've seen the bowlers looking to take a lot of pace of the ball, the seamers.
Low left arm orthodox from the Dutch Bangla bank end. It's the man, Shakib Al Hasan. 235 wickets in his kitty. Best of 5 for 47. Has worked out, that fall of the wicket has worked out very nicely for Bangladesh. Now they've got a left-right combination in the middle. Shakib bowling and almost beating the bat. Did he get a better bat on it, or was that off the legs? Wait and see if there's a signal from the umpire. Yeah.
That's what Shakib does very well. He tends to vary the ball, tends to deliver it at, release it at different points. He doesn't spin it too much, but it's the experience that he brings into his bowling. A very clever bowler, uses the crease well. Never see him ripping balls unless the pitch's turning, but he gets a lot of wickets through his variety and variations.
Talk about variations coming over. Now, to the left-hander. Gopal Taranga knows him very well. They've played each other over the years. Various occasions. Fielder now being brought in a little closer from the boundary at deep fine. Not within the 30-yard circle. Interesting field position. Give it to you after this ball. Tucked away. Have a look at the offside, the deepish third man. Have a look at the release. What he was trying to do, just cut the ball. It was a wobble seam, just slowed it down enough. And that was the reason why there was a little bit of deviation also.
Yeah, he didn't arrive as well. Bit of extra bounce, looking to bowl the cutter. Not as pronounced as a quickish off break. But you could see that he was definitely looking to take the pace of the ball. That's what he does very well, Saifuddin. Saw him do that in the BPL. Always thought that he's a good prospect.
And he's no mug with the bat too, so it might be just the support, the addition in the batting department that's needed at the latter end of the innings. Oh, that's the arm ball, just hurried on to him. Ends over number 25. It's 116 for 3.
পানির প্রয়োজনে আমরা আছি সব সময় আপনার পাশে। বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত পানির ট্যাঙ্ক গাজী ট্যাঙ্ক। গাজীর প্রথম, গাজীর সেরা। বাংলাদেশের সমৃদ্ধিতে গাজী গ্রুপ।
নিজের বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট থাকলে কি ঘরে শান্তি আসে? দেখুন।
খালাকে টাকা পাঠিয়েছো? দুদিন থেকে বলছি খালাকে টাকা পাঠাও।
*247# send money খালার নাম্বার 2000 টাকা পিন
ওকে বলতে ভুলে যাও, আমি বুঝি না।
কখন পাঠিয়েছ?
এখন বিকাশ করেছো না?
দেখলেন তো, আজই বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলুন।
Well, seems one is taking the ascendancy, then the other team strikes, the pendulum goes to and fro, and it's kept us and also the spectators here on the edge of their seats. Anything can happen. We've seen some big hitting, we've seen some excellent fielding, and we've seen some good bowling. Now, that's good to see. Brought in the slip in, which I was expecting in the last over. Interesting decision, a good decision. And it's guided away quite comfortably, though, for a single into the deep.
Saifuddin getting his first wicket in terms of the wicket of Dikwella. He's been impressive. Had a catch been missed, had a few deliveries that went past the outside edge. But his strength has been that he's bowled those lines in length, and that's the wicket, that's the slow one. Really didn't arrive, but it's been pegging. He's been honest with his lines and lengths.
And now he's got the right-hander in Roshan. He had to change that line a little bit. And it was angling in to the left-hander. much rather try and get the ball to swing away if he can, outside the line of the off stump, entice the batsman, or even slow it down and make him play a check shot. There's a shortish extra cover for him.
Well, look at what he's done. He slowed it down to about 111. He's averaged it around the mid 120s, which is about the way to go, which is almost the pace that we've seen Mashrafi bowl. Bowling with good control, but just not letting the batsman have too much of pace on the ball. Anyway, he's not express, but that kind of a surface where the ball's not arriving. I always believe that this surface is about grafting when you get in, and then once you're in now, like Taranga, he's got 38 of 70. Once he's set, then you'll expect him to try and change gears as he progresses.
Flip comes back in for the left-hander Upul Taranga. He's done well so far. To tell himself, I've done the hard work, got to stick around. A little push into the deep. It's for another single. So the single's coming now. The Sri Lankans trying just to rebuild after the fall of Dikwala's wicket.
Saifuddin, we showed you before, but look at the deviation, look at the angle he bowls. Goes over the wicket, looks to angle it across the left-hander. And a few deliveries run down before this happened to get his first wicket.
Does well to just change his line for the right-handed batsman. The crowd are tense, they're relaxed, they know that this game is very nicely poised. They're building up. You're talking about the crowd, not enough people still in the ground. There will be people coming in after college and school, and of course there'll be a bigger crowd in the evening. There's also the time taken to come in. Not timing that at all. An excellent over. 26 done. It's 119 for 3.
কাজী টায়ার, নিরাপদ হোক পথ চলা। ইফাদ টি টাইম, চায়ের সাথে সেরাটা।
Just mind games. Oh, he leant back and tried to make some room for himself. Shakib thought he had an opportunity of beating the bat there. Projector scores currently at 4.58. They'll make 228. That's not going to be enough, I suspect. Going at 7, yeah, 287 will be very, very fighting total. Almost a winning total on this kind of wicket.
I think 260 will be a good score on this surface. Anything over 260 will be a very good score, and he got to bowl really badly. Just a bit uppish. Very, very lucky. Now Sri Lanka will have to be careful. Obviously the intentions were good. He was looking to go over extra cover with the fieldsman inside the 30-yard circle, but just needed to get a little bit more elevation to that shot.
He was trying to make room, playing the inside-out shot. Shakib Al Hasan, you know, when he zips the ball through, it's not easy when you try that kind of a shot. A high element of risk in that. Look out for the arm ball to Chandimal now. Well, it was just holding its line on that instance, but he's such a wily old customer, Shakib Al Hasan. He just varies his lines and lengths and the pace of his bowling according to the requirements.
He's averaging in the 80s. He generally tends to mix it up. Slowest. Hasn't really tried to bowl too quickly, but he's looked for some turn with that slower delivery.
Again, goes forward to meet the ball and smother whatever turn there might have been. It's a good way of going about it. Just 2 runs from that Shakib over. 27 done, 121 for 3.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি গাজী পিভিসি পাইপ, আগাগোড়া মজবুত, বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ।
গাজী পাইপ আগে আসলে কত উপকারী না পাইতাম।
গাজী প্রথম, গাজী সেরা।
এখন গান শোনো কোনো ইন্টারনেট চার্জ ছাড়া। Yonder Music, download the #1 music app now, exclusively Robi এবং Airtel userদের জন্য।
Dinesh Chandimal and Upul Taranga, the experienced pair, just trying to build up a partnership. Rubal Hussain, the right arm fast bowler, comes in from the rocket end. 103 wickets in his career, 6.6 for 26 is best. He might be the right person. Have a look at the field. Still no slip. I just feel that when a bowler comes in for the first time, even with a ball that's 27 overs old, it's worth a few deliveries to give that bowler the opportunity and the help of having a slip. And that offside corridor line comes into play. And when you don't have a slip and the field's set about widely on both sides, the bowlers tend to get a little closer to the line and in the process allow the batsman to get on top of them. That's what I meant. He's trying to bowl it close to the batsman. On that occasion, I think there was a little bit of a missed opportunity.
Tends to bowl big in swingers. He's got mid-on inside the circle, mid-wicket inside the circle. Well, Sri Lankans, they're cock-a-hoop. They're quite excited, having a few Sri Lankans turning up. And they got their little area, the enclave as one might call it, enclave, where with the Sri Lankans congregating with their flags, obviously outnumbered by this vast presence and support of the Bangladeshis, but they're vocal in their own right.
Oh, they've always been vocal, no question about that. And the music that we see in the Sri Lankan grounds may be missing here, but they're always ready to jump and dance and sway along. Oh, that's foolish, and just guided away into the covers for a single.
There you are. They're very, very vocal indeed. Quite a few. Let's not forget, lots of Sri Lankans work in Bangladesh. Now this is about Rubal Hussain. Well, he's been tight with his length and line. Lot of good length deliveries. He's gone for the Yorker.
The Yorker has paid off for him, hasn't it? 3 wickets almost in that general area. Crouch before he runs away. Oh, that kept a shade low. Had to hurry down on that one. Mushfiqur Rahim found it a little difficult to gather it.
And that's, I think, the issue. That ball stayed down. What's the... yeah, it was quite short and it stayed down. Bangladesh wouldn't like it. Because you're batting second. Well, we've straight away seen a few deliveries bounce, and also the lack of bounce, the unevenness of the surface, though it's not very pronounced.
And tries to guide it, but this has been a good over so far from Rubal Hussain. Just the single given, and the pressure will be on the Sri Lankans. Will Upul Taranga try to go for a big shot, take a few risks?
Also tells me that run making is not the easiest on the surface. They got to graft. You could see that after those first 10 overs, how the run rate has dipped. They were going at 6 runs an over, now under 4.5. There's nothing to do with the way they batted. It's just the surface.
Well, that's in the air for a while. Didn't get the leading edge. Just eluded the fielder there. Well, that completes an exciting over. 28 done. It's 123 for 3.
নিজের বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট থাকলে কি ঘরে শান্তি আসে? দেখুন।
খালাকে টাকা পাঠিয়েছো? দুদিন থেকে বলছি খালাকে টাকা পাঠাও।
*247# send money খালার নাম্বার 2000 টাকা পিন
ওকে বলতে ভুলে যাও, আমি বুঝি না।
কখন পাঠিয়েছ?
এখন বিকাশ করেছো না?
দেখলেন তো, আজই বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলুন।
ইফাদ টি টাইম, চায়ের সাথে সেরাটা।
Despite a handy partnership and a great start, Sri Lanka not exactly setting the Sher Bangla National Stadium on fire. Could that be the Bangladesh bowling having been accurate? Or even a part played by the surface? Taranga looks to be settling in for a big one. And that could so easily have been the end of his settling in for a big one. Rubel was very, very excited. Seemed as if it stopped on him.
124 for 3. I think you could credit the Bangladeshi bowlers to restrict them to the score that we see. 124 for 3. Upul Taranga still there. The experienced, the captain Chandimal try to rebuild the innings from here and take it from here, because unless until they have a good imposing score on the board, the wiles and guiles of Saqib Al Hasan coming into play. Not the easiest of customers to take advantage of.
He's been excellent. Talisman with the ball, Saqib Al Hasan. Twice player of the match at the start of this tri-series, getting through his overs so quickly. Just given the 5 runs already in his 3rd over from the Dutch Bangla end. Before you know it, suddenly find the overs are drying out. Again, another quick over, another good over. Just the 1 run, 124 for 3.
দুই বছরের ওয়ারেন্টি যুক্ত গাজী পাম্প।
গাজী পাম্প আছে তাই আর কোনো চিন্তা নাই, স্রোতের ধারায় বইবে জীবন, পানির অপর নাম জীবন।
ইফাদ টি টাইম, চায়ের সাথে সেরাটা।
And with Mahmudullah coming into the side in terms of a bowler, he's been in the team of course throughout, but the fact that he started using him today.
এখন গান শুনো কোনো ইন্টারনেট চার্জ ছাড়া।
Yonder Music, download the #1 music app now, exclusively Robi এবং Airtel userদের জন্য।
He's lived a bit of a charmed life as Upul Taranga. That could so easily have gone to hand.